right, guys, I have a special matchup, session. I've never done this before with somebody else, and especially somebody with his pedigree. It's Odarris Dhaiti, D1 cornerback. He's going to flex some stuff. I'll play co-pilot here. We'll have a good time and give you as much information as we can. Nobody knows the outcome, but we're going to try to give you as much information as you can so it'll help you evaluate during the game and maybe give something to think about along the way. But Odarris, man, I just think you're a stand-up guy. I think you know the game. You totally changed the way I viewed this offensive system and the progression system. I'm very grateful for that. It shifted the way I thought about the game of football. You just bring so much knowledge. And again, you're just a really good guy. If you talk to him on the side like I do, you'll see this guy's aces. Now, before we kick this off, I want you to promote yourself here. Saad, Study Offense and Defense needs more subs. It needs more views. It is great information. So tell us about that.
So, welcome to Saw Talk. I do a little deep voice. The wife loves it. But yeah, Saw Talk. The name is born from my initials, OD. And so the S is from college. It would always meant something different for different people. And so I just decided to, hey, I'm going to continue to keep that acronym, which really just means artificial grass. But I kept the acronym, and I said, man, that makes great. Studying offense and defense, Saw Talk. And then all I want you guys, come look at the channel. You don't have to subscribe. If you like it, stay, come back. I'll keep making stuff. Every Friday or Saturday, I'll post something. I would post more, but it's not a job that I get paid for yet. And if I don't, it's fun. I do it for you guys to enjoy, for me to enjoy. I even created a video because me and my friends had an argument about McDaniel. So I just want you guys to come check it out. I do film studies. I talk. Give me something to talk about. I'll talk about it. See you on Twitter. Same thing, SOD Sod. And join the Sod Squad.
And the thing with Odarris, you have to remember, this guy's a teacher. So he's not just brawn. He's got the brains, too. And it looks like the looks and the hair. So, all right, bro, let's get into it quick.
All right. So for me, on offense, I had three main keys, and on defense, I have three main keys. So I wanted to focus mainly on the run. I think we're saying backstage, if we can't run the ball, we don't win this game. And it doesn't have to be 120 yards rushing, but we need to be able to have a healthy yards per carry to force the defense to come out of what they want to do. I think just looking at what I saw on film, which I think if we have time, we'll talk more about some of the things I saw from last year when they played the Kansas City Chiefs and during the preseason. They love packing the middle of the field. They play robber so many times, like at least half the time.
Yeah, man. How's that going to work against us? I'm sorry, we'll talk about it as I keep going, man.
Absolutely.
So interesting.
And then with our speed demons, we got to bring back, revitalize, resurrect Hill and Waddle, and stretch the defense. We have to have two explosive plays. If you go to the Kansas City game, you'll see one of the first plays they did that just kind of changed the game for them. I mean, they didn't become explosive on offense, but it forced the defense to kind of change the things they did. Is they hit a go route and man under two. The safety didn't get off the hash and just boom, touchdown worthy. And I think you can do that with Hill or Waddle, especially if they get you with the too high, hold the safety with your eyes. Receiver gets behind one of the DBs, and I honestly would be targeting Howard on any deep routes. I don't think he can run with any one of these receivers if he's not in phase. And so stretch the defense, force them to expand their defense so it opens up the middle of the field. And that literally feeds into the last one is force them out. What do they want to do? Make them say, oh, my God, they're so fast on the outside. We can't leave that open. We can't robber them with one of our safeties the whole game, forcing the middle of the field to be back open. And then we're open like 7-Eleven all day. And so now
on turf too. So that makes us even faster.
Absolutely. So run the ball. And I think we all want to run the ball, but you have to have at least one or two explosive plays in this game to make them say, okay, this is a problem. We got to worry about it. Yeah. And that's going to lead to opening up that middle of the field, taking some of them robbers out. I don't think their linebackers are good. I don't think their linebackers are good in coverage. So they can't do the robber role. They need their safeties or nickels to be able to do that. But if you can pull them out of there, now you can open it up for your passing game. Defensively, they have one of the best running backs in the league. Don't forget, just because he be getting hurt or running behind an offense that's not great because the quarterback, he's still one of the best running backs in the game. You got to stop him or slow him down, hold him under 60 yards. and get after the quarterback. I mean, the strength of our team is amazing. Daniel Jones is one of the most sacked quarterbacks and pressure quarterbacks over the last couple of years. Yeah, and if we can get after him and force him to start seeing ghosts, hopefully, I don't think he'll be able to get the ball out effectively to his talented receiving core. Make no bones about it; these receivers are good. They're four deep because Donnie Mitchell to me will be a starter for. He'll probably be our third best receiver over here. I think he's that good. Pierce is a deep threat. Jones beats man coverage easily, and then obviously their number one receiver. I don't even want to say his name because I don't want to do Beetlejuice, right? And then that leads into if you get after the quarterback, you're going to be containing the passing game. Don't let these receivers dictate the pace of the game. Pressure them. Put your hands in their face. I mean, we play a lot of zone, play some jam coverage, force them to catch the ball short, and have our safeties over the top. And if we can get pressure, they won't even have time to get to the middle of the field. I think the Dolphins' defense is the key to winning this game. I think our offense is going to start slow. But if we can do two of these three things on each side of the ball, we're going to be fine. And a special bonus one, field position. Long as we can keep them in negative game strips and keeping them behind like the 35-yard line on kickoff, and then on kickoff return, getting over the 35 to make it short fields, we'll win this game and hopefully win it by close to double digits.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of our stuff was very, very similar. But to your point is that those receivers, they got three guys that are 6'3", and a tight end who's 6'6", and that will be a very interesting challenge to see. You can't sleep on them. They've got Pierce and Downs and Pittman Jr. and Waller, and they got the guy they drafted last year with the
Donnie Mitchell.
Yeah. Donnie, yeah. So, but can Jones take advantage of that? We'll see. For me, the most interesting thing, and that's why I put the film here, is you said they love to crowd the middle, but that's going to open it up for Achane. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on these cornerbacks and the lone safety that's going to sit at the top. So we'll run this film here, and you can we'll show the viewers what they're doing here. I don't know how they're going to get away with it unless they can get amazing pressure. And Marumo is a great DC. But man, it's going to be interesting.
Perfect. All right, so guys, anybody who watched film before, you already know the kind of coverage that they're running right there. It's basically cover two. And honestly, in my film study, I probably seen I got it right here. I seen two instances of cover two in the entire preseason, and this is one of them against the Bengals. They ran it twice against the Bengals.
Good stuff.
And so their corners are super duper aggressive on anything when they're in zone. They're like ready to jump everything, outside, inside. I think the first play against the Ravens, they caught an interception in man. I think in this particular defense, you're going to see a lot of man, but because of Achane, because of our receivers, they're not going to just go straight man and say, hey, we're going to play against these speed demons man all day. I really believe you're probably going to see a little bit more cover 6, cover 3 against what we have as our weapons, because that's part of the reason why I went to the Kansas City game from the year before, to see how they dealt with some of that speed, and that's what they switched to. They went to that cover 3, cover 6 a little bit. They still going to run man. They are a man defense. They want to play man against our guys, and they're going to rob that middle of the field. They're not going to just let your guys eat up the middle of the field. So in this particular play, you see cover 2, so they will throw that in there, and this is during their preseason with the Colts. So this is probably a defense that they're planning on trying to use because that's what they ran a lot more before he became the DC. So these corners.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't, unless something. How it goes back to 2019-20. We'll keep going next play. I mean, look at that gap. Could you just imagine Achane hitting there? And they were crowded up.
Absolutely. Oh, you can. Yeah, you want to go back? I want to explain it.
Sure.
So basically, in this particular situation, you can see that I can't tell what technique he is, but it looks like he might be a 3 technique, maybe in a 4-eye. And that particular defensive tackle at the top of the screen on the boundary side gets pressed inside, and that linebacker basically gets caught up by the tackle. And basically that weak side, outside linebacker, doesn't do a great job of actually filling the hole. And so as you can see he gets pushed with the double team with the combo. The linebacker shoots the wrong gap, creating this wide hole. So I'm already telling you, I feel like some of the linebackers are not great. And if that HN hits that hole, it's a touchdown. And
these might be some backups. We don't know. These are not the starters, but they're going to run the same techniques, the same scheme, the same concept, obviously with adjustments. But their linebackers aren't really that good. Franklin's not bad at coverage, but McGrawn is not good, and their Olabachi is okay at run stop. They got two decent run stop guys, but neither can cover. So it's it really is going to come down to that guy Franklin. We'll see.
Pull, fake, screen. And in this situation, when they go zone, they are super susceptible to screen game.
And we love that. I mean,
but because they play so much man, I don't know. Like throwing screens against their man is going to be a problem. But when we can catch them in zone and force them into a different zone, that's why I believe if we can stretch the field and force them into the zone, now we open up the screen game. They got to bring up some of the defensive coverages. The linebackers can't run with the skill players we have. Their corners are going to have to tackle. And if we can get the corners in one-on-one situations, Howard, I don't know, Howard been retired for a while. Coming up there trying to hit people, that might be rough. So forcing them into situations that they're not accustomed to doing is how we win this game.
Here's the next one. But you can see, look, I mean, like you said, they're just bringing everybody into the box.
And also to bring it up, I think it must be a coaching technique because it could just be backups, but in every single play action, the linebackers are super aggressive to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
they want to stop the run, and they go a lot of light boxes. But when they go light boxes, they are trying to stop the run with the 7 or less. But that opens up the middle of the field. The backers are not getting out of it. So we need to be able to run the ball when they go light boxes. And they're going to run that. Like when I checked it last year in 2024, he ran nickel light boxes 82% of the time, 81.8% of the time. So that tells you right there, he's going to give you those light boxes. So we should be able to run the ball against this defense.
We've got to. That's the way to take advantage of it. 100%. And if we don't, I think it's going to be problems. Here we got just a couple more quick looks. Look at all those guys at the line. I mean, how do you do that with, Washington, HN, Waddle? I don't know. See, that's where they get the little pressure. They covered here, but we're not going against whatever. But Tua can't really. But Tua can do a little bit of that. I think a little bit of quarterback movement, don't get hurt, is going to help us a ton. And this is the one. Look at this. Just imagine Hill here running through.
So they show you man indicator of motion. Mm-hmm. Oh, I actually didn't get to see this one. Oh, I did.
It gets broken up, but that's not Waddle and Hill. That's a touchdown right there, man.
And they were basically playing man in that particular situation. We have 3 players that can win against anybody on the field, against any of their corners, linebackers, HN, or both our receivers. I don't think it's smart as a defensive coordinator to play man, and they like to press too. So if they don't play man, they got to play off man against our guys we have. They can't press like they want to play. They press almost every play in man, to the point that I was like, hey, they must be great press corners, and they got beat quite a bit. I don't know if these guys are that good against our guys, against the speed that we have.
I think Moore is really good. I think Moore can get away with it. And, maybe Howard a little bit, but, if you, like, say you roll to a cover 3, he's got to, he's probably not going to jam, but, can he get back there? And it's a fly, or a deep post. Can he? I don't know. I think he got 10 stem cell injections, but he was never really great at that anyway. So, I don't know what they're going to do. This is the Dolphins offense versus the Colts defense. And you can see it's only PFF. Don't, gauge it too hard. But Ward's not a good corner. The linebackers aren't that good. Bynum's good in the box. Cross is okay in coverage. Moore the second's really, really good. Howard, we don't know. It's their front. And I think that's what, for me, this is what the look I'm interested in seeing, because this is what we saw for a couple of years now. They just totally abandoned the interior, the A and B gap, They play their wide edges out wide, and Latu is fierce, and Pay is pretty good at the run stop. Buckner is extremely good, and Stewart is definitely a good run stopper. But that's it. This is, to me, how are they going to stop us? I don't really see a possibility. We got Ingle as a backup. We got Gordon as a backup. They've really only got what is this guy's name? Ibukam. He's pretty good, but he's coming off an Achilles injury. So it just doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like they can stop us. I mean, so what do you think? You're the expert on defense.
Well,
what are they going to do? What are they going to
do? From the film that I saw, I don't know if some of these grades match up really great, honestly, to some of the PFF grades, even for our side of the ball. But I think, especially from what I saw from the little bit of film I watched, mostly it was passing downs, but in the run game, because I did go back and look at some of the run game, the left side of our offense was Savaiinaea. Ooh, look at I said the name right.
Good job, man.
And with the ascension of Paul, I really think we should attack Latu. I say run him off the ball. Where we should be hitting that 4 to 6 gap. Is on the left side, so it'll be the 5 to 7. Like we should really, really push them. Like that A and B gap. Yes, we should have something inside of that just to keep them honest. But that outside zone, I think this is the game you do it. Make them linebackers run, force them to come in. When we get play action and we get the linebackers running, they don't have the agility to really get back. And if they're not robbing, because we've already hit them with an explosive, now we can attack the middle of the field. Now, I won't say that's the first thing we should do. In the passing game, we should start hitting the boundaries, quick outs, corner routes.
And we saw that with the Washington brothers. Those little quick outs, like putting it in the resume, in the quiver.
And really force them out of, because an out can win against in most man situations, especially if you get an inside release and you come back out. Waddle's great with that. I've seen him beat DJ Reader like every game he played him with that. Yeah. And so we really can attack these outbreaking routes in that man and force them to go into a cover 2, that cover 6. And then now you got a situation where they're not really robbing you as much because the safeties are too high, right? Get a little play action. The linebackers come down, middle of the field wide open. And so we definitely have the opportunity to like really dictate this game, but I would play it safe early on to kind of see what they're running. And I just want to establish a run game and say, hey, we're going to run the ball. Can you stop it? And hopefully they can't. But if they can stop it, they have to stop it with more people in the box. So they got to bring linebackers aggressive to the line, and now we can take advantage of those things. My biggest fear with this team is their run game. Like their receivers are great. I think the run game is the key because if they can run the ball, and I think our weakness on defense in this particular game would be the run game. We have a rookie defensive tackle in Grant. We have Chubb coming off of injury. We have Phillips coming off of injury. And the toughest part for these guys are not pass rushing the quarterback. It's going to be man on man, 300 pounds, push a guy, spilling the play, boxing the play, forcing the running back to cut back into our linebackers or the strength of our defense, which is the interior part of our defense. And that's what I'm fearful of, because if they can get their run game going, play action is going to be a problem because these receivers are good. They're going to get open against our secondary. And, man, they're going to get open against zone. They're going to get open. And you want to be able to cloud this defense with bodies and be able to get after the quarterback with only 4, which I think we can, but we got to force them into passing situations. If we don't force them into passing situations, they're in 2nd and short, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. They can run the ball or throw the ball. Now our linebackers have to help. They have to come. They have to attack the line, crash the line of scrimmage. Play action is going to be open all day. That gives Daniels, who's a good enough quarterback, to attack those things. But if we can force Daniels into a situation where they're mostly one-dimensional, where their run game is not enough, now we can get after the quarterback. Daniels is not a great quarterback under pressure, and we don't have to blitz. We can keep 7. We can keep 7 dudes into coverage, maybe even bring 8 into cover sometimes, where we want to rush 3, because I really believe if we just bring Chop, Chubb, and Phillips, we'll still get pressure with those 3 coming because our pass rush is very good. So we got to stop. That's why I put it number 1. Got to stop the run.
So let's break it. How many points do you think the Dolphins will score, and how many points do you think they'll allow? Nobody knows, but from your general feeling.
So I actually did this a little bit earlier with a few friends of mine. I do think the Chiefs are going to move, not Chiefs, sorry, Colts are going to move the ball against us. I think they're going to get in the red zone, but I think because I love Weaver and I love when we go big, like when we get into our
Yeah.
red zone with Phillip and Grant and Sealer, I think that's where we're going to really get an opportunity to control the line of scrimmage and not get ran over and force them into field goals. I have already said I feel like it's going to be between 13, 16 points that they score, but it's going to be because they're forced to field goals. They're going to be in the red zone quite a bit, I believe. But I think it's going to be, okay, they're going to kick field goals instead of touchdowns. And that's going to be the reason why we have an opportunity to win the game. And from the offensive standpoint.
Keep going.
From the offensive standpoint, I'm a big fan of this offense. I do think they're going to start a little slow, but I think that explosive that's going to come, especially how they tend to play defense. If they stay true to their form and get a little extra press man and bring somebody to the line of scrimmage, I do believe Hill or Waddle, and my prediction is Waddle will get behind the secondary and force them to come up out of that and allowing us to move the ball. And we're going to score touchdowns. I think Atua is really, really good in the red zone. My prediction was 24-16, 24-13. I think that's kind of where the general feel is for me. But I think the key for them, if I'm the Colts, I'm trying to get Daniels on a schedule. I'm trying to get him comfortable. I'm trying to make sure that pass rush, like the ball comes out quick, and they establish a run against our team. So now Weaver is scrambling for answers, and in this particular situation, either you're going to stop the run or you're going to leave your receivers against your DBs. And I want my receivers against your DBs. And that starts to happen where Danielson can get comfortable and can start throwing short routes, get the ball out quick, put the ball in his playmakers' hands, and they can make plays. They're going to drive the ball against us, and they just play efficient football. Like I think efficient football for them, just being able to drive and convert those red zone trips that I think they're going to get into touchdowns. Now it becomes a game where we struggle. And if we get into a shootout, I feel like if they get points on the board quick, like say it's 14-3 against the Dolphins, that does not run into the strength of our defense or our offense. I don't want them having to rely on Tua to throw the ball multiple times. I want to be able to establish the pace of the game and be able to hit with play action, get over the top, give a time for him to force the defense into type of defensive coverages that he can read easily and take advantage of. But yeah, Daniels. I think the key to them is Daniel Jones. Because if they had I think the best thing that I said, if they had drafted Stroud or had a high-level quarterback on that team,
we'd be screwed.
The Colts are a really good built team. They're really just lacking a quarterback. So if Daniels plays poorly, we're good. He plays very well. That's where I see us run into some issues.
I think it's going to come down to our offensive line versus their defensive front. To me, that's going to be the key. And that's why I just put Daniels in as the biggest factor. So let's hope we win. I think we should. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't unless we wet the bed. So that's the deal, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Anything else you want to say before you get out of here?
Check out my Panthers. They're playing today against number 2 Penn State. FIU, just in case you guys don't know the Golden Panthers, I played for them. It's up on the board over here. They blew out Bethune-Cookman last week. I gave him a little shout out. One of my teammates is the DB coach, Anthony Gator, played for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yeah, I don't have a lot of hopes. I played against the number 2 ranked team before in Alabama and in the Gators, and it didn't go very well. But I want them to show some fight. Go watch them. Give them a chance. Pray for them a little bit. If they can just hold on for the first half of it, and I'll be very happy. And I think they'll have a very good season, maybe even win the Conference USA this year.
Sweet, brother. Sweet. I really enjoyed this. If we do it again, I'll be a little bit more on my point. I'm not used to doing it with a co-host over here. But I really enjoyed it. I think you bring so much knowledge. And we're mostly in agreement, I think. I think we're mostly in agreement. I think the game is laid out to be pretty clear. So we'll say we need this one. We can't lose this game. It's
an AFC.
Very, very tough. It'll be very tough. So, Odarris, I appreciate your time, and thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed. Curtis and Odarris saying, be well, go Fins. Curtis and Odarris out. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceBread.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.